What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the ANR Weekly. Got a good show today. Apologize, we're a couple seconds late. I think me and my friend D were having too many drinks at the Tiki Bar. He's somewhere still there. I left. He's still there. My friend D in the Mexican Tiki Bar. Do you remember where the reference from?
Yes, I know what it is.
Thank God. Hey, he got one. He got one. All right. We got people in the chat already coming saying hi to us. Hello. What's up, everybody? What's up to Omar, Ryan, Cowabunga Dude?
What's going on, guys?
How was your week?
Everything was a blur. I was busy, and I totally don't even know what day it was aside from this podcast happening. I'd be like, what day is it? What's going on here?
People don't understand. Like, they think, because we're friends, we do talk outside of this podcast, but we actually verbally talk on the podcast.
Yeah.
We text each other, but it's not like we don't call each other and have conversations all the time. So our podcast is a way to kind of get to, actually talk to each other.
That's how we communicate.
Yeah,
verbally.
like, other podcasts sometimes are like, oh, we don't talk at all, but they're like best friends and they talk on the phone all the time.
Yeah.
We use our podcast as a way to we have actual voice conversations. We got a good show today. Some interesting topics to get into. I know one of them is gonna be very interesting for sure.
I'm curious though.
I have a feeling that you and me are not gonna see eye to eye on this one.
Okay.
But we'll see. Okay. But we got to start off our show with what we watched and what we got. So take it away.
We watched She-Hulk. You and me both did.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that later. Finishing Bob's Burgers. So,
man, how long is that show?
No, I finished the season, but because like season 1 was years ago, we were like, let's just start midway. So now we went back to season 1, and it's like really dark. You can tell the humor changed midway because some of the jokes they wouldn't be able to do as it progressed. So it's like, I'm not advocating this, but at one point the little sister's like, oh, you seem sad, like you should kill yourself, as a joke. I'm like, you can't say that today. Like that would not fly. There's nothing really that stands out TV show wise. Like there's nothing for me to binge. I don't know about you. We'll get into it when it's your turn, but I need another bingeable show. If anyone has any recommendations, please let me know.
Okay. I've got one
that
I recommend. I'll recommend it to you.
Okay.
I think I recommended it to you before. I don't know if you've watched it, but all right. What else?
That's about it. So it was a expensive week.
Okay.
All my pre-orders, like I have nothing to show for it.
I want to hear this.
Things. So I got my Spidey 2-pack.
The Spinneret.
The Spinneret.
What do you think of that Spidey?
I love it.
It's nice, right?
It's funny they put in the like toe articulation.
Yeah.
The drop down hips. I don't find them necessary, but they went all out with this guy. And
is he nice. The best Spider-Man? Is he the best Spider-Man from Marvel Legends?
I think so. Like there's absolutely.
That's right. I said that and people thought I was crazy.
But what did they think's the best?
Well, they think the retro one's the best.
The pizza. Oh, it's the same thing. that's just
well, it's different paint job. So I think that's where they're saying that. Oh, the paint on that one is nicer. I like the paint.
Okay. Yeah, people like the lighter blue. I don't mind dark blue, but as a figure, technically speaking, the additional toe articulation, that's that extra point. Yeah. They're equal up until that.
Yeah. It's nice. I like it a lot.
The windowless has been hectic.
Did yours come out well? Both
mine
figures?
Came out well.
Mine had a little bit of a hiccup with the Spinneret.
I don't know if mine's wrong. See her abs?
Move it back a little bit, yeah.
Her abs, midway down, like right above her abs.
I think
the outer line isn't painted in, and I don't know if that's because everything else up into that, the line goes all the way down, and then it stops midway. And then
mine is somewhere in the back there. We were filming yesterday, and then I can't even get behind all this filming gear. But I think mine was somewhere in the waist area as well.
Yeah,
but I was happy that the face and the neck and the chest area are fine because that's mainly the area that you want to be in good shape, right? You could fix some of the lower lines if you have to.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for others, though, like
I know. I'm just gonna say that.
And I feel like it seems like a lot because everyone's rushing to the internet. Like, I don't rush to the internet and be like, hey, look, my figure's fine. No, I only do that when there's a problem. So I think the ratio would even out if we had more people showing the good ones, but it's a lot of angry people posting
Mm-hmm.
the mess ups. So
I wonder
and
if
then
anybody in the chat got this 2-pack. If they did, let us know if your paint job was good. I mean, if you're looking for a Spider-Man figure, this is it. Like, this is
yeah,
gonna probably be in my top 10 this year in terms of the Spider-Man itself.
I'm curious how you'll feel about the like based on the animated one. Do you like that look of that one more because it's a lighter blue?
I do gravitate towards brighter colors than
Yeah.
darker colors. It's just my thing. But I mean, this is such a good looking figure. Like, I don't know, I can't.
Well, my definitive one is still the Mayfex one, but out of Legends, it would go to that guy.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember if I showed this last week, but My Hero Academia came in a day after. I think maybe I did. I just didn't get a chance to open it.
Well, show that a little closer. You're too far away.
Oh, sorry guys.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Which character is this?
Todoroki. He controls fire and ice.
Fire and ice. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's got the duo. Okay, cool.
His dad controls fire, and he purposely like sought out a bride who had ice powers, so he would have a progeny.
Of
And he
course.
was like
Of
the
course.
most awful father ever, but he wants his son to like be his legacy. So he had like 5 other kids, and they either controlled one or the other, and he was the first one who got both. So he's like, okay, you guys get out of here. I gotta like take
Wow.
care of my yeah. And then
Jeez.
so like I said, it was expensive, but it's only because invoices are coming in. So like my Vegeta, my Gohan, other stuff that I totally forgot about. So I have nothing to show for it other than the waiting game.
Cowabunga said, I ordered just the Spider-Man from Dorkside. I haven't got it yet.
I keep forgetting you can do that.
Yeah, they sell out fast though.
Yeah.
Especially the BAF that they allow, which is cool. I think that's awesome for a toy company to do that.
I love that they do that.
Yeah.
I need to be on the ball though.
Oh yeah, they sell out fast.
Yeah.
The Ultron one was I should have been on that one. I just I totally forgot to jump on that one. I do not want that set. But
yeah.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to get that set now to get that.
And
hopefully at a discount.
I can't even be like, oh, just buy them and sell them because none of the
nobody
figures
wants
look at
them.
Yeah, that's
Who
the thing
wants
too,
those?
right?
Nobody wants those hot garbage.
No, well, we'll see what happens when it's
Maybe
closer to the
there
date.
might be a few people. I don't want to say that. I don't want to alienate somebody.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
We don't want to judge here.
Anything else?
I made some stuff, so I'm working on static.
So good. That jacket, you customized that?
It was from another figure, and then I had to like cut and piece everything together. The legs are from different figures, the arms, the body.
Frankenstein, that thing.
Yeah. And then I made Bloodshot from Valiant Comics.
Oh, you didn't buy that third-party one?
I was thinking about it, and I have to see how much it costs after like shipping and all that. Because it says $69.99. That quickly turns into $109 figure.
Oh, easy.
So like, dude, it's basically the Punisher.
Yeah, shipping, custom charge. Yeah,
yeah,
you're getting a hit with that right
So
away.
I took Gung Ho and a Punisher head. That's all. Yeah, it's just white.
That's awesome. That white looks so clean on there.
It was stress inducing because
how many layers?
Like 4.
Our friend JL, and I know you you know her. Don't do it.
she likes my stuff, so she wants me to like appreciate it more.
Yeah.
But she's never talked me out of like buying figures because she knows I like them.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it figure wise. What about you, my friend? What did you watch? What did you get?
Okay, well, I would have had a big haul today.
Oh, but no. Here's the sad story.
Yeah. So a couple of things. One, Canada Post, they came by. Supposedly they came by in the morning, which I was home, so I don't know when they came by because I didn't hear a doorbell or a knock. And they left a note saying that pick up your package tomorrow. So now I'm gonna go tomorrow pick it up. What that is, I'm not sure exactly what that package has. But I did get a package from Hong Kong, a bunch of Marvel Legends figures, and DHL was the one that dropped it off. They were supposed to drop it off. They dropped it off at the wrong house because how do I know this? They sent a picture saying this is dropped off at your house, and I'm like, that's not my house. I do not have that door or that floor. And so trying to get a hold of DHL. Of course, they have everything else available to you except for find my package. And finally got a hold of somebody, and they said they would get back to me tomorrow. So who
That's so
knows if
annoying.
I'm? Yeah, I don't even know. Like, if somebody was to open that, if there are some kids in that house, they just got themselves a nice box of awesome figures. But I don't know what's gonna happen now. I'll have to wait till tomorrow. So maybe next week I can report in and tell everybody whether I found it or not.
If you want to give me the info, I'll gladly argue for hours on.
I know you would. I know you would. I'll send you. I'll release the hound, which is you.
Yeah, I'll
When
be your plan B.
release the hounds.
I'll go on Facebook every
Yeah,
day and just
when they
blast them.
deny me any money back or even a package back,
Yeah.
then yes,
Okay.
I will definitely forward you the number, the order number.
I look forward to it.
I did get something from our friend Toy Snowman. I ordered the Star Wars Black Series, the Dark Troopers from the TV show, The Mandalorian, right there.
I'm curious what
Uh,
you think about that. Some people are like, "Ew, gross! It looks so bad," but it looks like legitimately accurate to me.
I got 6 of them, so they better be good. They better be good. Yeah, about 6 of them to army build and maybe do some action figure photography when they're all lined up. I'm excited to get these guys opened up. So I got that, and then I picked up for. So we have a gaming channel, right? So I've been trying to see what I can do to add some content on there, and I stumbled upon the Samsung 2 terabyte hard drives
Oh, nice.
that you can install inside the PS5, and it basically one screw you unscrew, pop it in there, put it back with one screw, and then you just format in your settings, and you're good
Yeah,
to go.
that's how I
You
do.
now have 2 terabyte space in your PS5, in addition to what you already have.
That goes by fast. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
because
for sure.
once I got Plus and there's like download this. Here's your catalog. Download. Like wow, that went by insanely quick. Plus all the save data. Plus all the DLC. But
Well, Call of Duty itself is like 200 something
yeah,
or more, right? Just one game,
yeah.
right? So, what the PlayStation 5 has, what, 1 terabyte, and it's just like gone,
Hmm.
poof. So this 2 terabyte would definitely help out, and I'll put up a quick video on their gaming channel how to install this thing. It takes like less than a minute to do. I got from the Transformers Legacy area place or line. Sorry, I got Motor Master right here. This guy,
Was that an online order? Did you?
yeah, I got it from Target,
Okay.
but they're available everywhere. You
Yeah.
can get them from any store. But this guy is going to be a combiner, right? So I can't wait to get him put together with the rest of the crew so they can create Menosaur. I have the other racing car, the yellow one. I have him, but the other character that is released, I haven't had him yet. And then I got this thing. So this was the funny story is for DHL is they came by the house and dropped off the Hot Toys Miles Morales Gamerverse. I've been wanting this for so long, and I finally got this guy in my
Wait,
hands.
which one is that? Is that the movie one? Oh, it's the
Yeah,
movie one. Yeah.
that's the movie one.
I don't know why I thought you had that this
I
whole
had the
time.
Bodega one
Oh, okay.
with the cat. So
Yeah.
this is actually from the movie, right? That one is, I think he's a teenager. This one is more like he's a little bit younger,
Like
right?
he's 13 and
Yeah.
I think in
So I got that, but DHL dropped this off. So I'm assuming the same guy that dropped off this would have had my other package. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, nevertheless, that Hot Toys looks awesome. I can't wait. I'm gonna do a review on that one.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again.
Oh yeah,
That's the only movie I keep
I'll watch
repeatedly
it.
watching.
I'll watch it, and then I'll go review it. So I'll be all hyped for it.
Get in the mood.
Yes, exactly. What did I watch? I think I did it backwards this time around. But what did I watch? I watched the Chai. Watched that, which is a drama show takes place in Chicago, which I mentioned. Lock and Key came back, season 3.
Do you like that?
Ugh, oh my god.
It's funny. Like everyone's like, I hate that kid, and I have no context because I don't watch the show.
So that was the show I was going to tell you to binge watch.
Okay.
Right. Oh yeah. Ryan,
Oh,
yes.
House of the Dragon.
No, no, game. Yeah, House of Dragons. Yeah, Game of Thrizzy. He says. Yeah, I watched House of Dragons. Great first episode to start off with. CGI improved so much from Game of Thrones.
Our app didn't load it. Like we couldn't even watch it. So
Crave,
yeah,
it crashed, right?
yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of people it did. Even HBO Max. Yeah, that I was just talking to somebody else about this. Was I talking to you about it? No,
I don't think
somebody
it
else.
wasn't me.
Yeah, it was somebody else was talking about like, how did they not know that there's going to be a huge demand for this? Like, I don't understand that. They should have known there's going to be millions of people trying to log in to watch this. You had what 6 months, 8 months to prep for this when they announced what day it's going to be launching.
Yeah.
You couldn't get your servers in order. You couldn't figure all that out. It's just it's
It's always funny
embarrassing.
when like high companies have this issue every time. Like they don't factor this in. I'm like, okay.
Like Ryan said, I watched at 11 p.m. or yeah, I'm assuming 11 p.m. But you shouldn't have to, Ryan. Like I mean, you're paying money, and they are well aware how popular the show is. They have all the data. They know, like he's mentioning about people subbing. Yeah, they have all of this. So
Yeah.
this is not news to them. Like that's why they're not coming with the letters apologizing because they already knew, but they don't care. They don't want to spend the extra money to get these servers because they're like, it's only gonna be this one episode in this show, so we're not gonna bother investing, which is a shame because people are paying good money to subscribe to these streaming services. How come we don't? Like, I don't remember Disney had that issue. Did Disney have it issue with anything? I think at the
Maybe
beginning they did. I
maybe
think
with some of the Marvel shows like
Mandalorian.
Loki.
I think they had an issue with,
Mhm.
but they quickly fixed that because the following season I didn't have any issues.
I don't know. I can't remember now. But everything seems to be up and running again. So
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people, maybe the 1% who never watched Game of Thrones. So
Are you gonna go watch it?
I will watch this. Jess obsessed over that, and she was excited to watch this. So I'll give it a try. I don't know.
I don't know if I want you to watch that and then this. I would rather have you watch this
I'm gonna watch this.
because
Like
it is a prequel, right? So
okay,
a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should watch that and then go back and watch this." I don't know, like
I'll watch this.
yeah,
I have a thing about prequels, and I think Star Wars is the factor where I'm like, I know you survive, so I don't care. Like in the Solo movie, I'm like, there's absolutely, I'm not worried about you at all.
Well, what if it's his twin brother?
Maybe,
Yeah, no, that pretty much took my
yeah,
Sunday night to watch that. I was very interested. Locking Keys, like I said, season 3 came.
yeah.
It's dipped. It's dipped down like a couple of notches at least. I did not find the first couple of episodes entertaining. It was boring. It picked up a little bit in the middle. I haven't finished it yet. I've watched like 4 or 5 episodes so far, and it's starting to pick up again. So, which is like a relief because I did like the first season. I think the first season was the best.
Okay.
Second season was all right. They expanded on it, but it wasn't as good as the first season because the first season had a lot of mystery to it. What is all this about? It took a while for them to discover some of these
That's
keys.
always the like the peak of shows for me when they're first starting out and everything's a mystery and wonder.
Yeah.
And then when they're all like into it and professionals now, I'm like, I don't care. Like that's my problem with animes half the time. Like once it gets to the filler parts where they're just
Mhm.
going around being awesome and like doing
Yeah,
filler
yeah.
side quest missions, I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Like for me, I don't mind if they have a level of progression because they have to progress. The characters need to learn, right?
Yeah.
If they don't learn, then they're just dumb characters. So I don't mind that, but so long as they don't like, for me, I see there's a kid in there, right? Everyone's talking about the kid's so annoying, but the kid becomes so good, and it's just you're like, well, how come the rest aren't as good as him? They're
Yeah.
adults. They have a higher capacity. You like to understand, right? So yeah, I don't. It's all right. It's not bad. Cowabunga says can't get into that show. Lock and Key comic was great. Well, there you go. See, maybe you might want to read the comic then. You
I'll
like
try.
reading
Yeah.
comics? Yeah, you try that out.
And you did you ever finish Umbrella Academy?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I still have to do that. I'm gonna try this
Very,
week.
very weird ending.
Okay. Here we
Very,
go.
very weird.
Here we go.
Yeah, I won't spoil that. You watch it and let me know what your thoughts are on that.
All right.
I did also go to the theaters to watch Dragon Ball Super, which we will talk about today.
Yes.
You, unlike you, I couldn't go to Japan and watch it. I had to be like a poor person and watch it in North
Uh,
America a month later. But yeah, so got to watch that. My kids went with me. This is the first time I've watched a Dragon Ball animation with my kids.
I
Can you
technically
believe it?
saw you there.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, you
I
came to
went.
get
I went. I
you
went
came
there
to
for
get
popcorn.
popcorn and then leave. So this guy, everybody who's listening, comes to the theater. I thought he's gonna come watch a movie. He sneaks up on me. I was in the line. I didn't know he was gonna come into the theater. Goes and comes with me, gets popcorn, and says, "Okay, I gotta go. I'm out of here." And I'm just like, "What? You came to the theater just to get popcorn?" He's like, "Yeah." My significant other and my family said to go get some popcorn, so here I am. And I'm like, I was gonna tell you, you can DoorDash that now, right?
She actually did that because I was like the line's too long. But my mom was in the car. My mom wanted popcorn,
Yeah.
so I was like, my mom. I was like, I'm here. I'll just get it. But yeah, Jess did DoorDash one bag, and then she's like, well, you might as well just get a second bag and then a third bag for your mom. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I know DoorDash can do it. She told me, don't say that because now I'm gonna hear it on after I get off this podcast.
I'm just saying, you don't have to drive, but you're relatively close to the theater. You're a 5-minute
Yeah,
drive,
yeah,
aren't you?
it's not bad at all.
Yeah. Because I was just like, I'm like, okay, it makes sense for him to drive there because it's not that far. But yeah, you can DoorDash landmark popcorn to your house because you're relatively close to it. Even I think I can, but I think my delivery guy would be upset how
You'd be like,
far
what is
it is.
this? What is this nonsense?
It'd probably be stale by the time he gets to my house. But yeah, it was awesome to watch Dragon Ball with my boys. I really, really was psyched out for it because I love that, the animation. I love Dragon Ball, and my boys gave it a thumbs up after
I
the
was gonna
show.
ask. I was like, did they ever watch the show?
No, this is their first.
So I wonder now if they're gonna be compelled to do so.
Yeah, yeah, they already are. They're already hooked.
Oh, is it on
So I
my
told them I told them to watch Dragon Ball Z. So I might be asking you for your password
yeah, that's fine.
to get access to
That
it.
thing's
So,
collecting dust. I was like, thank God someone's using it.
but yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. All right, let's get into our first subject, which is toy talk.
So you
Roll
mentioned
the tapes.
every day they're supposed to reveal a lightning collection thing, but I see August 25th, so I have no idea what the big reveal is. Today they revealed the yellow Dino Thunder Ranger.
You're gonna get this?
No, this wave doesn't appeal to me at all. I didn't even watch this series. Like I made it to Lost Galaxy, I think, and then I
Okay.
stopped after that.
I'm gonna get this so I can complete the team.
You have the Dino Thunder ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get one, you got to get the rest.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah. For me, I got the Mighty Morphins, and then I will normally get every sixth Ranger that comes out. So like the Silver Ranger, Galactic Defender, Magna Defender, Silver, Blue Centurion. Is there any reveals that you think they're gonna do?
Maybe they'll do more pinless figures
Okay.
because
You
they
think that?
announced the yellow and the red one, right?
Yeah.
Pinless. So maybe I'm thinking they're gonna show more of the rest of that team and make us all buy it all over again. Are you gonna go buy it all over again because they're pinless?
No, I would not do that. Absolutely not. For
I know some
me,
people. I know some people will.
I can't do that. That's ridiculous.
I know. I know.
But no judgment. If you got the means, then whatever, do it up.
Yeah.
So for me, like I said, I like the side rangers. So I have like a wish list. So there's Ninjor, Blue Centurion, and then I really like the comics. So I would want
Oh,
a box set of the Omega Rangers.
that was pretty dope.
Yeah. And then
Maybe some bad guys.
yeah, they're dropping the ball in the bad guys actually.
Well, they dropped the ball on making them. Like they were
Yeah.
like not even painted properly. But if you had to pick a bad guy, what would you want? I want that turkey guy.
Here's my wish. I want the movie Rangers and Ivan Ooze.
Oh yes, Ivan Ooze. Yes, that'd be a good one. I don't know if you're gonna get that.
Or I have no idea. I need those movie Ranger suits though. I love those suits so much.
Omar says Omega Rangers, rest in peace. Oh man. Why is there only 4? Shouldn't there be 5?
They're so strong they don't need 5.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I asked. Okay.
Okay, and then also there was a secondary Green Ranger that I wanted. Let me see here. I have to make sure it's the right image. I wanted him.
Isn't this a Green Ranger?
No, it's a different guy. Look at the suit. That's like Green Ranger 2.0.
Oh, okay. Green
Yeah.
Ranger 2.0. What's the difference? Is
He's
it
better.
Tommy underneath?
It's not Tommy. Tommy's the
Okay.
White Ranger at this point. Look at that dagger. It curves at the end. Look at his boots. He has knee pads. and light piping through his costume. And then the fins on his head are gold. So you mean to tell me that's
Is he called the Green Ranger or not?
Yeah, he is. It's
okay, there you go.
Though.
That's what I was saying. Okay. I don't care if his dagger
better.
curved.
He's better. Look at him. And then I want a box set of the 1969 Power Rangers. They all died except one.
Well, I would hope they all died because they were 1969.
No, they wouldn't be. They wouldn't die of old age. No, they just sucked at the mission and died. And then Zordon basically covered it up. He pulled the Charles Xavier and basically used them as fodder. But I have no idea what the Lightning Collection will reveal. I don't know what to expect from them at this point.
Deep. Like you're deep into Ranger lore. Like I'm not this deep into that.
I like that. I like the comics a lot. If you
the Boom comics, right? You're talking about? Okay.
If you threw the TV show on and picked an obscure villain, like my memory isn't that good. I wouldn't. I know some of them, but not all of them.
I wonder if anybody in the chat knows 1969 Rangers. Y'all better not be lying to me. Oh, I know it. I know it.
If you read the comic, I like the comics a lot. Give it a try.
Omega Rangers in rest in peace, and then Dino Thunders from Down Under.
I have no idea what they will release. Every time I think they're going to release a new character, they just do
maybe a weapon. Version. They're going to release a weapon, right? What about that giant bow?
Or the like Mega Blaster?
Yeah.
Maybe more helmets.
Yeah. Did we get a blue one yet?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So, the world is their oyster. They don't really seem to care about this line. Like they do and they don't.
Figure Mantra goes 1969 too easy. I don't know what he means by that. Okay.
What else we got here?
Omar goes, Death Ranger takes them out in an upcoming story arc, supposedly.
Yeah, it's the past Rangers before the iTube asked, like, what's 1969? Well, as you can see, the Red Ranger here is a female, so you know that's not Jason. Like these are just different characters.
That's Jessica. That's not Jason. That's Jessica. So, is she the only female in the crew? Because the other ones look very.
No, there's the.
There's one in the. Too. What's her name?
I don't even remember their names now.
Megan.
They all died.
Megan. Rest in peace. Why are they all gonna die?
Because they sucked.
Okay. Sorry I asked. Anything else in the Rangers?
Not that everything that I would think is just a guess, so. But in the Hasbro universe, so we all seen these dudes before.
Oh yeah.
Now
here's missing one. Space Ghost Rider.
Those don't count because look at all the bodies.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
Look at the bodies; they're the exact same body.
Okay, fine. You're talking about bodies. I thought you were talking about.
And then now we get one more, but his pants are gray. So this is
golly, Jim, you're right. It is gray.
It's the exact same. Do you want this? Are you gonna get it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Why not? It's Ghost Rider.
I like the additional.
I don't like the extra head sculpt. That is just.
I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that at all on him.
That's
I like the hands,
the
chain.
Yeah, why not?
The things with Ghost Riders are like I used to collect them, and she's like, "Why is there so many of these things?" I'm like, "There's more than one Ghost Rider." Yeah. And she's like, "I don't like that." If there's more than one character with a title, she absolutely hates it. When Spider-Verse first got like announced, she was so disgusted. I was like, "What about what?" I thought Peter was the only one. I was like, "No." There's way more. So she's not going to be thrilled about a
Is
new
that
Ghost Rider
that
reveal.
that GIF? The explodes.
Yeah, but it'd be more angry because she thinks it's just a travesty.
What do you think of the packaging?
I love the packaging so much. I love the colors.
It's so retro, right?
It reminds me of the 90s.
So retro. Comes with an invisible bike, too. Get out of here, Omar.
I don't want the bike because then would have to pay $100+ for it. The
Well,
edition.
I've got the Mesco one coming up in 2025, probably.
Yeah.
So
I do have those other two, so I do have bikes.
Do you have the old one from Toy Biz?
I have the old bike. I don't know where I got that from, so I must have had the Toy Biz one.
I think I had it.
But yeah, I still have it on my display.
That was a crazy looking bike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then
one.
the other one, Vengeance. He had like a
Vengeance.
canine shaped skull with like a spike mohawk, and his rib cage pops out. He was purple.
I don't remember that one.
He was another one of the Toy Biz Riders waves.
Okay. So why not make this part of a wave?
I would have.
Unless
Mephisto.
it is going to be part of a wave, they're just giving us a little teaser.
Well, they did that with Ride and Agony. Like they showed them off, and then it turned out to be the 3-pack. I don't think.
What's also weird is we know that HasLab is going to be the car.
We don't know that. I'm hoping it will be.
I thought there was confirmation that it is a car.
I don't know. They just said Ghost Rider. They just put the Ghost Rider image.
Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird that they would announce this figure because this could be good, tier 1 or tier 2 unlocking or something, right?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have that in there.
I would want that. You know what I said. I want that Robbie Reyes one.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like him, he would just be a nice change of pace.
Maybe Blackheart.
Oh, that too. There's so many things. You could do so many demons. You could do so many.
Well, Blackheart hasn't been reissued yet because the last time we had him was in Toy Biz
with the rubber tail.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I never had him. I always saw him and passed him up.
Yeah, he didn't sell well. Nobody cared about Blackheart.
Well, they cared about him later on after they pulled the old collector's remorse. They're like, I need him. It's like, well,
it became rare, right?
Yeah. But I'm hoping to God that HasLab is Robbie.
Yeah, probably will be. Because then you could say he rides the car and the other Ghost Rider rides the bike.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have them side by side in the display.
Oh man, I would love that so much. Are you
gonna get that HasLab?
Oh yeah. I'd buy multiples just to make sure it got backed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh really? Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that. Okay, we'll see. Multiples.
You can quote me on that.
I don't have to quote you. We got this on live here, recorded, baby. I don't have to record you on anything. All right, what else we got?
Let's see here. This is more your thing. I don't think you'll actually get it though.
Ooh, the Grand Inquisitor that we saw barely in the show. So much for being grand.
And the lightsaber we didn't get. Was that the HasLab that didn't get backed?
Which one?
His lightsaber.
No, it wasn't his.
Okay.
It was hers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, man. A stream of tears down my face.
Ryan Carper says, D's face when there's 1K left and 25 minutes to go. You know it.
Just throw money at the screen. I need 75 HasLabs.
Come on, people. Yeah. Support the cause.
And is there a limit on them or no?
Usually 5.
Okay, I'm not that crazy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see. We'll see.
It's 5 per order, so you could theoretically buy as many as you want.
Yeah.
Like in different orders, right?
What else we got here? This was a short toy reveal. There's still more, but like,
I'm just for the record, I'm not getting this Hot Toys.
No, yeah, I didn't think so.
I can't. No, I don't have any of these. No, that's a slippery slope. I don't want to go there.
Okay. Oh, NECA also revealed. I saw this on Toys News. Uh,
Wow, I
Cold
did not see this one.
Cold Stone. He's from Gargoyles. There's no better pictures yet because this was from a magazine, but they are going all out with this. And this
Yeah,
guy's deal is 3 members of his clan were smashed, and then Xanatos took the remains with Demona. So it's like a 3-in-1, and they're all fighting for control of the body.
wow, this looks so good.
So he's kind of like an anti-hero.
Like just seeing the little rough picture, I want it now.
Basically, any Gargoyles thing so far, I want. Like, I don't think there's one that'd be like, I don't need this.
And you've got all of them so far, right?
All the released ones, thanks to you and that border trip at 1 a.m. was it?
Yeah. Where you guys going? Just gotta get some figures at
It's
night.
like,
Yep.
why are you going at 1? It's like, I don't know. I trust Elvin here. He's the expert at
Hey,
border.
wait, we got in and out of there in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Right?
it
We were
wasn't bad
quick.
at all. It wasn't bad at all.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely pick this up.
The only things I don't like about these figures are the lack of the wings, and they force you to buy other figures to get the closed wings. Because one takes up an entire shelf basically when they're open.
Well, I mean, you got to give them credit for even diving into this series, right?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Like, it doesn't ruin this whole thing for me. That's just my one gripe.
So they've got to find ways to get you to buy some of the lesser known characters.
Yeah.
So they entice you with the closed wings, like you said. I don't mind. To me, like, you're giving us something that I never thought this was ever going to get made in figures. Like, I never once thought some company's going to make this. So when they came out, I'm like, wow, this is insane. I'm not a huge fan of this show. Like, I did watch it, but I'm not like really.
It was just like a background show for you, right?
It was good though. I did like it, and I'm gonna get this line. Like, I've so far got every single figure from this line, even his arch enemy, the one that's opposite of him.
Oh yeah, Dialogue.
I got him too. So yeah, I mean, definitely, I'm interested. They look awesome, and I love NECA's a lot of NECA's figures that they make. They look really cool.
78 points joined.
Oh yeah.
I keep going to his Instagram and zooming in on the diode.
So shout out to 78 points. Cool dude. I actually was able to buy his cyberpunk esque dio from him. Appreciate him reaching out to me.
I love those colors.
They look awesome. It's a fantastic job. Like, the fact that I was able to get one because somebody had, backed down. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take one, no problem. So I was able to do that, and then I also put my money in for a draw. I just wanted to help out, make sure that the draw was filled, and it got filled up. I don't know, Omar, Omar, 78 points. I don't know when the draw was, but hey, if I can help you out, make sure that you get that draw going, and then I can't wait to what do you call it? Get the actual.
This is not a sponsorship. We just
no, it's not. It's just
because how people get. We're like,
yeah, I know. No, I paid full money for it. I didn't ask for a discount or anything like that. I paid for shipping, everything.
Yeah. Is your handle the same as your username here? You can let us know in the chat. But if you haven't gone to his Instagram, do so, because there's some pretty sweet stuff on there.
Somehow I have a feeling he's not talking nice here. I like to make sure things are filled too. Yes, thanks, Ryan. These guys.
No comment from me.
Yeah, no comment, right? Bad Ryan.
Calm down, Ryan.
Yeah, dumb boy. No, but I can't wait to get that background. I'm going to take a lot of cool pictures with that. So it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, you're getting the hang of that. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun to take toy photography. Like, there's a lot of learning curves.
Yeah.
Of doing that lighting. I had to learn how to do lighting. I'm continuing to learn how to do lighting, but getting more comfortable with it. And so I'm going to continue working on it. I got a bunch of dios coming on the way. One from High School Creations.
I'm curious to see like where you will pose them all, like what your first setup will be.
Well, the one that High School is making, it's going to be a massive one. And I think I'm going to have most of it sitting on the table and do a lot of reviews on it.
Yeah.
Because most of the stuff I review are the 6-inch scale stuff, right? So It'll fit in with the Dio, and I'll just do most of my reviews using that as a backdrop. And it is modular too, so I can put away most of it in a bin. Yeah, so go from there. What else we got?
Oh yeah, your buddy. So McFarlane did these page punchers. You got
Why
Captain
did you
Cold.
why do you have to say your buddy?
Because I like
I
your
don't
reaction. I like this
I
reaction.
don't not like the guy.
I know.
like
I like because you
he's an
always give me
awesome.
you always give me a reaction.
Everybody does this. I got earlier today. I was talking to one of our guys on the team, and he's like, I was thinking of doing McFarlane stuff in October, but I don't know if you're interested in doing that. I'm like, well, if you want to do it, go ahead, no problem. I'm not gonna
Wait,
stop you from
what
doing.
did they ask? They want to review it?
They wanted to do a Black Adam review
Oh
in
yeah, do it
October.
up.
I'm like, go for it. Don't ask me to do it, but you can go ahead and do it if you like. I'm not gonna review it, but if you want to, have at it, right?
So here's my thing. I will talk about the pros of both.
All right.
You know, I have a love-hate relationship with these figures. They just don't fit in my line. But I do like the textures. This Grundy looks phenomenal. I don't know if you can bend his arms any further than what you see there.
I don't think so.
So
I don't think so.
But he looks nice. Like
Yeah.
he'd be a nice background character.
The sculpt work on these figures are always good. Look at the rope, look at the chains, the chest, the texturing. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I'm curious though, see his the arm on the right. Well, technically his left arm. The shoulder is under a sleeve, and I'm curious how that shoulder bend will work.
Well, he uses the hard plastic on there, right? So it doesn't, like Batman's cape does not give any at all.
Yeah.
You
So
can't raise the arm.
Is that the range of motion this guy will have? I'm curious, but we'll see a review. And then I need to see more of Captain Cold here.
Why would they give that angle? I don't understand that.
I guess it was like a teaser, but
is it a teaser?
I'm guessing. I'm hoping so. This has to be. There's no other reason for it to like be at this angle.
If you want to showcase, like everyone's seen Flash, what he looks like.
But this is he took obscure one. See his face? His face is different. So he took one that is obscure. Because remember what he said? He always picks the cool looking ones.
I don't even know what to say to that.
So this Flash isn't even the same. So we'll get a.
How many Flashes we've got now?
3? I don't even know.
I want to say 3.
He did 2 comic ones. One has an angry face.
Yeah.
He did that.
He did a double version of one of them, right? He had changed.
He did a double version of the movie one, double version of the comic one, and then the Injustice one.
Okay. All right. But let's show his face, but not the other guy's face.
Yeah.
The one that we don't even have in the line yet.
I'm hoping it's a teaser. We'll see.
Is this the comic book look of him?
No, I don't know. Maybe a Elseworld?
Now, page punchers, these are the ones that are less articulated from the already less articulated?
No, there's a scaled down page punchers one, and then there's the normal 7-inch ones. These ones are articulated. And then he makes or includes a comic to go with the larger scale ones.
Yeah, okay.
You're starstruck. You're dumbfounded here.
I'm just reading what the 7-8
yeah.
point says. It's an impressive photo on the left, though.
It is. So that's why I think it's a teaser.
No, I'm not saying that the picture isn't great. What I'm saying is show the guy's face or show the character that's standing on Flash too, so people can actually see what he looks like. Right? I mean,
I think it's a teaser. There's no way that's not a teaser for the reasons you said. They're professionals. They know how to reveal an actual figure. So
okay,
I'm hoping so. We'll get more. Don't worry about it.
I'll believe what you're saying.
And then Avatar. So I originally thought you hated this movie, but you told me that you just fell out of love with it because it's taken so long.
Oh yeah, I liked it when it first came out, but that was when I had more black hair than gray hair. and it's been like a decade, and they're now finally bringing the second one in December.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, dude, like the hype and all of that is gone. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. Is he thinking that all of that nostalgia magic's gonna come in and push it forward? I don't know. I think people have kind of moved past this world. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, and this just kills it in theaters. And then I'll eat my words.
I was thinking the same thing earlier. Like, where are you, Todd? Like, he does like lot reveals from just like dark, shadowy rooms. Todd, go home. You're drunk. I don't even know where you are.
He's in elsewhere world.
No, but that's the thing. He's dedicated enough to just do like lives like that. So that's sweet.
I love the dude so much because he's such a positive. Like, he's so positive every time he's doing.
And he will talk to you like a human being. Like, I've seen other artists
Yeah.
who just scoff at you. He talked to me for like 10 minutes at one of his signings, and I kept trying to leave to be polite, but he kept like going on, and I am thankful for that. It was very
honestly,
nice
if I ever meet the guy, I'd be like, dude, can I just volunteer? Can I just volunteer and just give you what characters I would love to see? There's characters I have to obviously look up in the DC lore, but Vigilante comes to mind. Red Tornado.
When he makes a Blue Beetle,
Elastic Man. Like, these are guys I would love to see,
I'm excited for the Blue Beetle show because he's going to do one of those. And it'd be nice to have.
He already did.
No, Jaime, the armored alien one.
Okay.
I want that one.
Okay. Well, hopefully they don't cancel that show, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Are you getting this? I know you are, right? No, you don't like Jake Scully?
No.
Or Sully, whatever his name is.
He wouldn't fit anywhere. He does. This could look good.
Are you gonna go see the movie? I want to know that.
Yeah, I'll see the movie.
Can we go together?
Yeah, we can go together.
Okay. Cool. I don't know why I asked. I just want to see your reaction to this. You're probably just gonna roll your eye, just like, this is so stupid.
No,
because I know you don't like this movie.
I don't dislike the movie. I love Fern Gully and I love Pocahontas.
I want to know if anybody in the chat is gonna pick this figure up.
No one's gonna pick it up. Maybe Omar.
I have a feeling Omar will. I have a feeling he's a dedicated McFarlane lover, so I have a feeling he will. He's one of those guys that Todd could not do any wrong. All right, on to the next. What else?
That was it for figures, man. Like,
that is it?
That was last week was the reveals.
That's some weak sauce reveals there, my friend.
Pumping things out. They're pumping things out last week. Today we got the bottom of the barrel. So we're gonna have to see what comes out.
The bottom.
We're gonna have to see what comes out from Hasbro tomorrow.
They better bring it.
Nathan said they're doing it.
1969 Power Rangers.
I don't know. It's gonna be metallic versions of the originals. I can just feel it in my bones. But that being said, we buy a lot of Dragon Ball figures, and you saw the movie, so let's discuss that.
Yes, shall we?
Dun, dun, dun.
So you saw it when you saw it about a month ago?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you see it again at all after that, or just the one time?
Just the one time. I will see it in English though.
Oh, so you saw it in the Japanese?
I did. I saw it in Japanese.
Okay.
Subbed.
What do you prefer?
I like dubbed. I don't mind dubbed at all. It was just I didn't have an option. That was just what they gave me. The same thing happened when I went to My Hero Academia. And then I was expecting the English voices.
Yeah.
And then the Japanese ones came on. I was like, whoa, okay. I guess I'm going to have to do some reading.
So I went on Friday, like I said, opening day to go see it. And I did some research on how it fared in North America.
Mm-hmm.
It broke North American record for an anime in the theaters.
Oh, wow. I wasn't sure how well it would do here.
It did really good. It broke records for anime in North America, and it broke records globally. It made $20 million on opening day, which is far more than any anime has made in theaters. So that was crazy. And then the percentage that means a lot to companies is do the youth like it? Because they're the next generation to carry this franchise, right? And they said between the ages of 18 to 35, 70% of them watched it. So 70% of that the people that watched it were between the age of 18 to 35. So the demographics of younger generation watching it was strong. So it was good. It's a good crowd of people watching it. They were very pleased with the numbers. Crunchyroll was able to get the numbers out there. But yeah, I mean, that's really good to see it. It came out of nowhere, right?
I because they do Dragon Ball movies every once in a while, but I didn't know what to expect for this. And then once they said it was about Gohan, I was like, oh, fantastic! This guy needs to get back into the high graces of people who have been disappointed by him lately. I don't know about you. Like when you saw the trailer, like why is he wearing these stupid glasses? And
This
oh
is a
yeah, they're
good
doing.
point. This is
Is
a
your
great point.
is your son now that he saw the movie?
Yeah, well, yeah, because now he's putting the two together, right?
Yeah,
Like, who is this Dragon Ball characters, right? But yeah, Omar does make a good point. Doesn't hurt some characters are popping up in Fortnite. It's not coincidence. It was planned by the marketing teams to get him in Fortnite because youth play Fortnite.
yeah.
Majority of the young people play Fortnite, and if you're gonna grow this franchise onto the next decade or so, you're gonna need that younger crowd getting involved in it, right? So, it was good that I was able to take my boys to watch it, and they enjoyed it. It was nice to see the younger generation liking it. When I went to the theaters, I did see my theater was packed. All the seats were taken up pretty much.
I was gonna ask that. I was like, how busy was it for you?
It was a good, yeah, it was good.
Is this a spoiler talk? It kind of
Yeah,
has to
I
be.
think so. I think so.
It
It's
kind of
been
has
out
to
for a
be.
while. If people are really Dragon Ball fans, they would have seen it like you earlier.
Yeah.
And it's been out for 3 days now in theaters. I want to get into it spoilery, but yeah, warning to anybody that's listening that doesn't want to get spoiled. We're going to talk about some of the plot lines and some of the characters in the show or the movie. I want to get your take on how the animation looked for you.
It felt weird at first, like I was watching a video game because they tried to do this super cell shaded
Mm-hmm.
3D animated type.
Do you like that?
Not so much, no, but I didn't ruin it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice things though, like hey, their boots look like Timberland boots, like that. Like the minor details were they stood out more because they were kind of 3D.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of 3D when it comes to Dragon Ball. I love the original drawings and that, but every time they pan away and they try to get they encompass the whole land mass, I don't mind that being 3D. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, when they kind of did the whole turning around and showing the entire red ribbon base and all that.
See, like
I
here, head on, they look fine to me. It's just when they move and do like a
yeah.
turn, like the shadows kind of move slow. I don't know. It's jarring. It was weird. I don't know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm. Uh, what about some of the characters that were introduced for the first time? Obviously, these two right here, 1 and 2,
They were
Gamma.
uh, they were fun. When I
I
first saw them
like
in the
Gamma
trailer,
2 a lot.
when I first yeah, he was I loved him. When I saw
That
them in the
character is
trailer, I was like,
great.
what is
Yeah.
this? What are these supposed to be? And again, androids. I'm like, okay, that's the be all end all of how do you make a villain compete with a Saiyan? They will be an android. Okay, fair enough. It's either magic or android. In this case, it was androids again. Did that bother you?
It didn't bother me, but what bothered me, they kept saying, "Oh, you're not a robot, you're an android." I'm like, are there? Is there a difference?
So in the Dragon Ball
I
world,
don't understand that.
there's this is what bothered me too, and then I realized this is how they just described enhanced beings. So you have mechanical ones, and then you have organic ones. So Krillin's
How
wife, like
how,
17 and 18,
how is it organic? I don't
because they're
understand.
they're like modified. They're basically like cyborgs. So they still have human components, but they're still human. Whereas 16 was a complete robot, the one who got his head ripped off and stepped on by Cell. Like he was just a robot. So there's robots and then there's androids, and they're all called androids.
Synthetic, like
Yeah,
Westworld.
like Cell. Cell was grown in a tube.
Okay,
He's still
gotcha.
referred to as an android.
Okay,
That's just their term for
yeah,
all
because
made
when they were
artificial
saying
intelligence.
that in the movie, I was just like, well, "Is there a difference?"
Yeah.
But now that you mentioned it, yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
What bothered me was like, who were you before this? Like they alluded to them being something. It's like that's none of your business. They never followed up on that.
Interesting.
And I thought it'd be like some reveal, or you'd see some previous characters who were modified, but no, they were just everything was fast paced here. And
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because I felt the same way. I felt this movie was being pushed along fast. It was being rushed. Do you think it would have been better served to have this as a two-part?
it could have been a TV special because I don't want to wait a year for the second part.
Or hey, it's better than waiting for Avatar.
Yeah. Basically, for the plot is, if and people are wondering, can't Goku and Vegeta handle the situation? No, they're off training with Whis and Beerus.
So I also didn't mention that I went with one of our other members, Michael, to watch it because he's a huge anime fan. So we went together to watch it too, and I asked him that question. I said, "Does the pushing of it did it have an effect on you? Did you like that the pace of it? Did you also care that they showed Vegeta and Goku in there?" Now, me being a Dragon Ball fan, if I don't see Vegeta and Goku in any Dragon Ball show or movie, I'm gonna get pissed because I'm there for that, right?
I understand other
But
characters need. Yeah,
having said that, they had no bearing in what was going on Earth. Do you think that was a mistake?
no, because they're so strong that they could have just manhandled every obstacle in their way.
Okay,
So
so now that becomes a problem then,
yeah,
because right, because
but
now they
now
can
they
never
were
come to Earth and defend Earth
no, they can like they
unless some one of Beerus's
well in the
lost
manga
relatives.
they're still like fighting, but in
Um,
this case they had to make this story about Gohan, so they had to make a villain equal to Gohan or slightly above Gohan.
mhm.
But if you make it Vegeta and Goku tier, then Gohan would have been obliterated. So they needed to remove those two to stop people asking like where are
Yeah,
Goku and Vegeta? They're off training.
I
Okay.
understand. I understand why because I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, if they show up here with their blue hair, they're gonna destroy everybody. It
It's
doesn't even
the
matter.
same reason like when I was watching Tournament of Power, like, okay, go blue. Go blue.
Yeah,
What are you gonna go blue? Why are you in base form still? Yeah, it's just it was weird to see them not transform when the fate of the multiverse, their universe, is in the line. And they always say it's because of stamina and this and that, but you mastered it. Did it feel rushed?
how did Omar become so wise these days? He says,
Almost always been wise. You
I did. Well,
just need
he's
to give him a
when he said
platform.
he loves McFarlane, I tuned him away.
Oh God.
Omar says, did feel rushed. I wish it was just a story arc in the series, not a movie. No money in that though, so I get it. Yeah, well, they've got to make some money, right? If you want juicy stories to continue from the Dragon Ball series, they've got to make some good money, and boy, did they make some good money, right?
Well, that too, like there's the I think his name's the Moral. He looks like that goat. The manga is still ongoing. This movie takes place after it. So if they put this as part of the series, you would be waiting years because they haven't even put that into the show yet, and I don't know if they ever will.
Hmm.
But I would have been fine with a TV special. This could have been a story arc, like he said. I don't know, but I do like seeing the fight on the big screen, so I'm not really bothered by the situation. I'm going to be honest with you. I just wanted to see Gohan fight, and I
Really?
got that. Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
expect anything story
Were
wise.
you
Like
happy with Gohan?
I was happy with Gohan. I
Okay.
know we'll we'll get to that. Um, the main plot is basically Piccolo telling Gohan he's been slacking for years, and the perfect opportunity fell into his lap to trick Gohan to unlock his full potential. The Red Ribbon Army was trying to plan their whole take over the world thing again, and they used Dr. Jiro's, I think he's his great grandson or grandson, Dr. Hato, and he told them aliens are invading, aliens being the Saiyans. We need the help of you because you're smart enough to create androids to take on the Saiyans. So he
Yeah.
was basically tricked, and he thinks Goku and his friends are evil, and he made these two
He was actually
keep like
really annoying me in the theater because he kept dunking the Oreos
in the milk.
in the milk, and I'm like, you gotta open it up, bro, and then you know,
That's
there's
not how
ways
they
to,
do it there.
there's this, and then I was like, and now I want Oreos in the theater. Right? Like, god damn it.
I didn't mind him.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought he was cute. I think he'd be a great figure to have.
yeah.
Right. I
He's
thought he was a good comic relief in there.
Did you like so basically it all comes down to the fights. I assume you like the fights.
Yeah, I mean, number two, I said, he really stands out. He was fun. I don't know why they didn't give Gamma One the attention that the two got, because
Mhm.
I obviously two had more screen time, and we got to see that character more than Gamma, which I don't understand why. But I guess we're gonna see Gamma maybe more down the line now that
Yeah.
two is no longer. Well, hey, never say never, right? In Dragon Ball, uh, they could bring him back. I think they should.
He
What are
was
your
fun.
thoughts on it?
I liked it. I liked during the fights where like the Batman type
They even
text
say it
appeared.
right, like
And he's like, what is that? Where did those letters come
that
from?
was amazing. When they said that they crossed over basically in the fourth dimension for a
Yeah.
second, right? Like, why are there texts here? Like we
How did you
bunching
do
him.
that?
That was so good. I had a good laugh. I
And
think
another thing I thought
the
was
theater
funny was
laughed.
Gohan's like, oh, my glasses. And Pickle's like, don't you have supervision? Like, because he should. He's like the perfect specimen. Like he should be. His senses are enhanced. He doesn't
Well, when
need
you go Super
glasses.
Saiyan, you're gonna be able to see properly
Yeah,
then,
didn't
right?
he blew them off his head or something when he
Yeah.
powered up?
Like, they don't just stay on. Like, so yeah, I'm glad they poked fun at it, which is great. It's good to see that. What do you think of Piccolo? I thought I was surprised because, to be honest with you, after Z, I thought Piccolo's importance has been non-existent.
Yeah, I was glad he was here. They
It
gave him
was
some
really
time to
nice
shine.
to see Piccolo get a little screen time and have some importance to the story for
It
once.
was nice to see Gohan and his dad bond the way they should.
Oh, that was good too. That was good too.
And you know what's true though? Like they had like special father son moments in this movie that him and Goku have never shared.
Well, there was that scene where he's holding his son and they're fighting Cell together. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But
But
it's true
this
though.
one was like an ode to Gohan and Piccolo. Like Piccolo
Yeah.
shows up, he's like, "Remember the good times we used to have?" He changes his outfit to look like his.
Yeah. It was nice. It was a good homage
Yeah.
to how Piccolo was training Gohan when he was younger. I really loved the power up that he had.
Okay, here's a spoiler. So warning if you don't want to look at this. So for me, I don't know how I felt about it at first, but the name is just Orange Piccolo. And when he appears,
Orange
and
pickles.
that's when he shows up and he takes the punch like they do in Dragon Ball fashion, where you punch them as hard as you can and they don't budge. Like I thought that was cool. And then he just slaps him and his head just caves into the ground. Like I like the effect his power up had, but it was weird how he got it. The dragon just threw it in as an extra bonus because he liked him.
It was like comedy hour.
Yeah. Like everything that happened in this movie was
That
the butt of a
bothered
joke.
that bothered me. I'm not gonna lie, that bothered me. I was like, oh man, like why did they make it so lame the way he got his power up? And how's Dende wiser than him?
Well, he was on Namek is like
Ah,
Piccolo I forgive.
but this looks badass though. He looks amazing.
I like that he turned into his giant form that he did in like the original Dragon Ball. Because I always wondered, like, why did you stop doing that? And he even says, well, it doesn't really make me that strong. It's just for intimidation tactics. But he used it here and is helpful.
Yeah. I really want this figure. SH Figure Arts, please make this figure for me. Probably never will. We'll get another Goku.
As you can see in the top right, there's Cell again. I think it's Cell Max. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Just the reuse of Cell? He's
Nice.
basically a Cell in Hulk form. He's just a berserker. He has no mind. He just wants to destroy everything.
It's like the Red Ranger and Cell got together, and then voila, here you are.
He looks kind of Christmassy.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's nice to see Cell in some capacity come back.
Yeah.
He is one of the most popular bad guys. But yeah, it was all right. It's not bad.
I'm thankful that they did like little Easter eggs So here we have Dr. Giraud, and then his son is actually, they announced this years ago, but his son was the template for Android 16.
That's
and
nice.
then his wife was Android 21 in Fighter Z, and I think she's in some other games and those mini
Mm-hmm.
YouTube videos. So that's nice. And then we finally got Trunks and Goten that don't look like they're 7 years old.
Arguably, the funnest part I had was my kids when I before we went to see this movie. They don't know what this fusion dance means. They don't know anything, right?
Yeah.
So when I did that to them, I did it to my son. I did the fusion thing. They're just looking at me like, "What is he doing?" Right? Like, what is our dad doing? After the movie ended, I did it. I did it to my oldest son, and he reciprocated. He did the whole thing right there with me, and I'm like, "That's my boy!"
You
Right?
need to show them like what it is, not the fat one. Like you need to show them the perfected dance.
My younger one's like, "Yeah, that suits the two of you for doing this." Yep. But yeah, it's so cool that my oldest son got it right away, like instantly got it right away. He's like, "Okay, that's why you did that." Okay,
Yeah. See, that's
but
cool. I like that
yeah,
he appreciated it.
yeah,
I would have preferred seeing. I liked Fat Go Tanks. I like that he was there, and they found a way to make him useful.
yeah.
I would have liked to see a perfected adult version, but it is what it is. We can't get everything we want out of this movie.
Mhm. Yeah. What did you want to give her a score from this, or do you want to add something else to it?
So we've been talking about the other characters. What did you think about Gohan's form? Here's another big spoiler. So here we
Uh
have Gohan Beast Mode.
what is this level?
It's his own level. He made it up. This is what he should have been.
Level 5?
Not even. It's just. So you know how Ultra Instinct is Goku's special technique.
Well, he obviously would have passed level 3 because that's the long hair
Oh, you
one.
mean strength wise? Like
Yeah.
this because in the Buu saga when Gohan was full power, he was stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't care what anyone says. People have been debating this. But
Don't you start a war here.
when Goku and Gohan were left remaining, Goku specifically says, I don't have a chance in the manga. He says, I can't beat him. Gohan was manhandling that version of Buu before. So that to me says Gohan was stronger than Goku without fusion at that point. So that puts him at least above 3. This here skyrockets that.
It's got to be 5.
I don't know how I feel about his. So the one on the left, I
So
like
what's
this
4
picture.
then?
4 is non-existent right now.
He bypassed 4.
4 was a GT thing.
Okay, there you go. That makes sense.
Do you even like 4? Do you like the look of 4?
Yeah, sure. It's fine. It's
Do you
something.
like it? Do you like 4 or this more?
I like this way more than 4.
Okay, fair enough. The only thing I don't like is the hair from the side looks ridiculous.
Yeah, that just looks really weird. When I saw that, I'm like, is there wind blowing at him or something? Like, is there a tornado I don't know about? Yeah, they need to fix that.
But otherwise, I like that.
There's no way that figure's gonna stand in my shelf if they don't fix it.
I would have been okay with even shorter hair, but it just white like that.
Yeah. iTube says Toriyama said that the Gohan is the strongest in the Dragon Ball universe.
See, here's the thing they do though. They say that and then they make the characters weaker, or they say something like he has the potential to be the strongest. Well, yeah, if you apply yourself,
I think he said potential. I don't think he said the strongest because I don't think he can say that. Can he?
Well, they change strength levels all the time. So you could say it today, and then tomorrow something else will happen.
Yeah.
At one point, Super Saiyan God was the strongest, and then Blue came out, and then Blue Kaioken came out, and then Ultra Instinct came out. But that's not even a form; that's just a technique. So I don't know. He could be. He has the potential to be. I'm okay if he was the strongest. What I like about Gohan is he has all this untapped potential, but he never utilized it. I like underdogs. He's different from Goku and Vegeta, where they love fighting. Gohan likes fighting, but it's not his be all end all. That's not what he's all about. But if you push him, he will mess you up, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah. I don't know how he can be this strong because he's not full blooded Saiyan.
Remember Omar. Remember Dragon Ball AF? That's what this reminded me of. Exactly what you said. Super Saiyan 5. That's what this reminded me of because people
Okay.
used to do fan art on DeviantArt and all that. So it kind of looks like he got inspired by that, but I don't know. When it comes to forms, it's hit or miss.
I'm surprised he didn't get the red hair, the blue hair, and then this after.
Because he specified he needs he has a form of his own. Like this is his. Like no one else has it. So they tried to make it as different as possible.
Mm-hmm. We got some chat going on here. DBZ ended in Frieza Saga. Came from the creator of BDZ. What does he mean by that? Any
So
idea?
what happened is there's this whole thing where they wanted the main character to be someone else, so they passed it on to Gohan in the Cell games. And then after that, be like, no, we want Goku back. And then the Buu Saga came out, and it wasn't as popular as it should have been. So there's always mixed reviews on what's canon and what isn't. If Toriyama had his hands on it, or wrote it,
Mm-hmm.
or drew it, then that's the be all end all for what's canon. And then that's why people don't consider GT canon.
All right. Okay. I overall I thought the movie was pretty interesting. I enjoyed the end credit scenes.
I
Did you
liked
like
it.
those ones?
I liked it.
That's pretty cool. At the end, Vegeta's like, "I win," and he just falls and collapses.
Like I finally did it. Yeah.
I did it. I had a good chuckle with that one. That was cool.
It
They
was nice
did.
to see Broly.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that. Yeah, it's uh, Broly is so strong. I mean, that's crazy. Like Goku's admiring him, like saying that even at my highest level, like I'm just scratching Broly's strength.
And he's a character that I like, but they can't use him because he will just break the planet in two. Like he doesn't know how to use his powers correctly. So
He's
there's
the
a
Hulk. He's the Hulk in this show.
yeah, there's a good reason they don't bring him into battle.
Yeah,
Plus, he's technically not with their group. They're just all nice to him, and
yeah.
like it's nice to see them getting along. Well, I like the old Brawly. He didn't really have any character aside from I hate Goku. Why do you hate him? Because I do. Okay, fair enough.
Me hungry, me
Yeah,
kill. He's the Hulk. There's no reason.
yeah.
Just wants to smash. I do like the subtle hint that they talked about having other, like Jiren. They still have to fight him, right?
Hmm.
And then they also mentioned about some of the other characters of Beerus's family from different dimensions that might want to come and fight. So they did give clues to those characters maybe down the road. These guys will have to fight, and those are like cosmic god tier level villains that they will have to fight, right? Where even Ultra Instinct Goku might have a tough time fighting them. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I enjoyed it. Overall, I enjoyed it.
What do you give it out of 10?
It's hard because this is purely bias. Like I wanted a Gohan movie and I want to see Gohan fight.
Mm-hmm.
But story wise, it wasn't anything spectacular. It felt like a filler episode that led to a cool battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like I can't give it an 8. I'm gonna give it a 7 because it did everything I wanted it to do. But at the same time, if someone who's never seen Dragon Ball before said, "Is this a good movie? Should I watch it?" It wouldn't mean the same to them because they have none of the history tied to it. So I acknowledge that my answer is biased. So
Okay, fair
seven
enough.
seven seems fair. So if seven's a pass, seven's not a,
It's not a
a
terrible score,
yeah.
no, by no means. I'm pretty much there with you on some of the points that you mentioned. I did like the animation. I thought it was good, but I could done with more. Sorry, I could have done less with the 3D stuff. Um, the new characters were nice to get into the Dragon Ball lore. I thought it felt rushed. I wish it was a little bit longer, not by a lot, but just a little bit. Would I recommend it to other people? If you're a Dragon Ball fan and you want to watch this, yes, you should go watch it. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, I don't even know why you wouldn't. But if someone is new to this and they want this to be their starting point, I don't think I can recommend that because the main characters are not in it, right?
They wouldn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, they would
Oh,
just like,
someone else wrote a review and like, I have no idea what's happening. The screen's electricity shooting out of everywhere. There's glitter
yeah.
and sparkles shooting out of people's hands. They're like, yeah.
So I honestly I would give this a 7.5. I think it's a good movie to go watch if you're a fan. It's a different take. It's sort of paying respect to Piccolo in a way and Gohan because they have been neglected for especially Piccolo for a large part of Dragon Ball since DBZ era. So it's nice to see these guys get some light shined on them. Upgrade was nice for both of them, those two characters. We also didn't talk about the little kid,
Oh,
Pan.
Pan. Yeah.
She,
I like her more here than in GT. I didn't mind Pan at all. I liked her in this. She was cute.
yeah, she looks like maybe a successor to Gohan. Maybe this is what Gohan's gonna do for Pan. Train her to be the next big fighter to protect Earth. That'd be
Let's
pretty
not
cool.
get carried away here. Let's just chill out.
Okay. Oh, now I'm the bad guy.
I'm curious. iTube. Do you not like Cell Saga? You only like up to Frieza Saga?
Oh, were you talking to me or him?
No, iTube. He said something earlier, like DBZ ended in Frieza Saga. Is that because you dislike it? Do you like Cell Saga? Because I like Cell Saga a lot. I thought it was cool. I didn't even mind Boo Saga. In fact, Super Boo's my favorite villain because he's just so ridiculous.
Omar and Johnny are having a battle here. Johnny says 11 out of 10.
Omar gave it a 7 as well. He's like, that's
and
a generous
Omar
7.
keeps telling him to get out of here, and Johnny's like, no, you get out of here.
Well, clearly Johnny likes Dragon Ball.
Yeah. And that's okay. 11 out of 10. I don't know if that's possible mathematically, but okay, sure.
He pushed past his limits and ascended to the next level. I understand.
He went to ultra instinct fractions. And then Omar says 7 all day long. So yeah, I guess where our marks are in line with some people, that's okay. I give it a 7.5. I've said it when I walked out of the theater. I said 7.5, and I'm sticking to it. Some of the points you made are interesting. I do like those points, but overall, I thought it was a decent movie, fun movie to go, and I had fun. My kids had fun watching it. But I'm hoping to do more with these characters. Maybe have Gohan get into the tournament this time and make a difference.
I remember
don't be a captain and not do anything.
That's what made me mad. Like they had an episode dedicated to Goku saying, "You are the captain." They said it several times. Gohan is the captain. And then as soon as they get on the battlefield, they all just fly off in different directions and ignore him. I was like, why did you do that? The same reason you trained Boo and made him muscular and then have him fall asleep? Is that why you did that? Because this show's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you even cared much for the final episode.
Of Super?
Yeah.
No, I cared. I liked it.
Did you like it? The tournament?
The tournament, yeah, it was interesting. I just didn't like the fact that they named him captain. I just thought it was weird.
Oh, yeah.
Like, put him as captain, and then nobody cares. He didn't make a lick of a difference. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Isn't the captain supposed to make a difference? He didn't even have a speech.
They
made
him captain because he had the potential to be the strongest.
Yeah,
and he had a
let
good
them
heart.
down in a real hurry. So maybe this time around they will make him a captain and he'll make a difference.
I'm okay with like how Gohan is. People say he like is useless now and he isn't as cool as he used to be. I like the fact that he is down to earth, but when push comes to shove and you make him angry enough, he will just unleash his power.
Johnny says, I'm going to go see it again this week.
No, you're not, Johnny. Are you really?
Let the man go see it, okay?
Are you really?
Or the robot, whatever he is. Johnny 5 wants to go see it again.
So,
he's a robot, so he wants to see androids.
I take it you're a big fan, Johnny, of Dragon Ball in general.
Omar says, what did he say here? Honestly, it's cool to hear your kids enjoy it. It seems like their resurgence is coming. I hope so, brother. I hope so.
I'm curious if your youngest would like Xenoverse.
Well, I'm slowly integrating him into it. I don't want to... Like, Z is such a big series, right?
At least he doesn't have to do what we had to go through and make it
Oh
to
god.
Frieza Sega, make it to Namek,
Oh
and then
my god.
oops, we rounded a dubbed episodes. Here's episode 1. Here's the farmer. He was my mortal enemy for the longest time. Every time that farmer with the shotgun appeared on screen, I was like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me, YTV? Are you seriously doing this to me now?" The next episode, he was supposed to ascend, and now I'm back to episode 1.
I'm gonna I'm gonna save him a lot of time and get through the filler episodes. Wasn't there somebody online that did a condense, got rid of all the filler episodes?
There was Dragon Ball Kai,
Did
which
that
was
get rid of all the
official.
filler episodes?
I think I got rid of a lot of them. I
Yeah, I'm
never
gonna.
watched it because they did weird things, like made Mr. Popo blue because being black was racist, and then they removed the halos because that was affiliated
Oh my
with
god,
witchcraft and the devil. So they put just balls.
man! All right. Speaking of witchcraft, let's get into our next segment.
Oh, chill out. Tell us how you really feel, man.
Oh, all right. Let's get into our final topic of the day. It is the Disney minus show. She maybe can Hulk. And yeah, episode 1 breakdown. So again, spoiler warnings for anybody that hasn't watched it yet. You had like several days. Come on, people. Should have watched it by now. You know this show is going to just spoil every show and movie we can get our hands on. Unfortunately, we had to do our homework and watch the show.
Unfortunately, he says.
Okay, sorry.
You might as well just give your score right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Reluctantly, I and my friends had to watch this show. You being my friend D,
Mhm.
so we watched this show.
I don't even think Brad could do it. He's like, I'll
No,
leave it to you.
no, that's why he's not here today. He's like, I'm not doing it. Call me when you're not doing it, then I'll come in. Yeah, so She-Hulk Disney show. It's a weekly event. We watched episode 1. I don't even know why you're showing the cast here. Do you have something to say about the cast?
I like the cast.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
just so you know who's in it, everyone.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Everyone here was in the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler.
Yeah. Tatiana, how do you say her last name? Maslany?
Maslany? Yeah.
She is Jennifer Walters. I don't even know why Titania was it. Anyways, we'll get into it. Let's break it down.
Okay.
All right, let's start breaking it down here. I'm not gonna go scene by scene kind of thing. I'm gonna jump here and there to some of the things I thought were interesting. Uh, Maybe you can kind of fill me in here, but I'm going to talk about the actual comic book character She-Hulk. It was in 1980 they created this character, Stan Lee and his team. The She-Hulk was created in 1980. Correct me if I'm wrong in any part of this.
Okay.
Uh, so they did change, as you can see in the picture here that you put up. They did change her storyline on how she became She-Hulk. I think if all out of all the changes they've made, and Disney has made a ton of changes in the MCU, they've done it all the places. I really thought this one was gonna be true to its origin from the comics. Why I say that is because I think it would have been really compelling and emotional right off the bat to have that stay. Because it's such a great way to bring two family members together and instantly give this character some emotion. And fans, I think, would have been drawn to that. And how, if people don't know what I'm talking about, in the comics, she basically had an emergency accident. There you go. You've got a version of it, and
Here's an updated version from
yeah.
2020.
So basically, blood transfusion had to be done, and Bruce was the only one that could do that for her, because was there a reason why? Because his blood could save her.
They were the same blood type.
There you go, same blood subtype, and she ended up getting a milder. I'm gonna say that word, milder version of what the Hulk has in terms of strength and abilities, if you want to call it that. So that ended up saving her life. In the show, we get them going on a countryside trip, and we have the Sakaran Class 8 blah 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 ship show up out of nowhere on the highway, shoot them. Did they even shoot? Because I didn't even see a shot.
No, it was just looking for something. So she got spooked and veered off the road.
Why would somebody veer off the road? I want to apply the brakes.
I don't know.
Like, I'm just trying to think as a driver, if I see something show up, like a deer shows up in the middle of the road, I'm not going to get off the road and kill myself. I'm going to slam the brakes.
Funny enough, a lot of people do that. They like swerve.
Really?
Yeah. It's a common thing. It's
wow. Okay. I would just slam the brakes as hard as I can, right? Okay, so she veers off. They don't shoot anything. They disappear. They being the spacecraft don't even fall. Like, I don't even understand this whole. Do you want to break this down for me, because it was just so weird, this whole scene?
I mean, you basically did it. They were catching up, Bruce and Jennifer. The Scarlet spaceship shows up. She gets spooked, veers off the road, and then after the wreck, she crawls out, and in the confusion, Bruce's blood drips into her open wound, causing her to lash out as She-Hulk. She ends up at a bar, like she wakes up confused. She gets cleaned up, and then these disgusting brutes try to accost her, and then
Okay,
She-Hulk's
well, you're blowing right by all of this stuff like it's nothing.
Because this is nothing. This is
I
filler.
had a huge problem with all of this. I had a huge problem with all of this, and I'm going to talk about it. I don't care. I have to talk about it.
All right.
One, the car crashes. Why isn't Bruce taking off his whatever device that stops him from being the Hulk because he has to recover, which is a whole lot of nonsense. That's just an excuse for the writers for not having him save her out of the car crash. She gets out, gets massive cut. Like, look at the size of that cut. Why is she not bleeding profusely more from that cut? I had a cut half that size, and my blood was just. Bruce was not knocked out. He was still. Stop lying, 78. He was not knocked out. He was still alive and
Evan's
conscious.
very passionate about this right now.
I'm very passionate because, and I'll get into it as we progress in this show, but he was still awake, and that's an excuse they made to make her go and rescue him out of there.
Well, I was thinking the other way around. I don't know, whatever. That was a non-issue.
What I'm trying to get at is that original origin story would have been so much more interesting and believable than this, right? This he has a couple of drops in her, and instantly she turns Hulk. Does it happen that fast?
No, because we'll get into that part too. This is what made me.
I know. I understand due to time constraints, right? The show's only 6 episodes or 8 episodes.
8.
Yeah, so I understand because of time constraints, they got to move along quickly here. But this is such an important part. I don't care about the other stuff that you just mentioned. Yeah, the other stuff, they could have removed all that nonsense and gave more.
It didn't bother me because the ship just opens the world up for Planet Hulk and all the Green Scar stuff. And
I'm not saying so he's like the cut. No, I'm not saying the cut is unrealistic. What I'm saying is she should be bleeding a whole lot more from that cut, because I had a cut half the size and I was bleeding.
Yeah, you ever get one of those paper cuts that just won't shut the hell up? And
I know. I was like, why is she not bleeding like crazy here? Like, she should be hurt, and they should both have a tough time getting out of that car. She got out there like, it's no big deal. I've done this before, right? I'm strong and fearless. And I just found that really corny. And then, speaking of corny, we get to the next scene. She's in a washroom and she looks like she's, been destroyed. And they're going to put makeup on her?
Yeah, they got to clean her up.
Like, not called an emergency, or like a vehicle, police, somebody like that, some paramedics to come look after her, because she looks like a train wreck.
Well, they're prostitutes, so they're used to that stuff.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, I love it.
You don't call the PO for that. You
don't call the PO for that.
You just mind your business. She needed the phone. They gave her a phone.
The ladies. 78 point goes, the ladies are all drunk. D knows. I cannot confirm or deny any of that stuff. D and you, okay, you guys will know. Anyway, so she goes outside with the pink furry jacket on, and some dudes, of course it's got to be some dudes, because guys are always bad. There can never be a nice dude in any of these shows. Is trying to hit on her because she's so attractive and amazing. And Bruce comes out of nowhere and tackles her.
Oh yeah, well she was about to, like,
yeah, she was about to do some, whoop some candy ass, but The Hulk comes and tackles her, which yeah, okay. And then they wake up in a beautiful resort that I guess Tony Stark and Bruce made. And I did appreciate this how they did a callback with Tony saying him and Tony had a good relationship. They did, right? They've always
Yeah,
had a good
you could
relationship.
tell he cared
Yeah,
about him.
I appreciated this scene a lot. Like he really talked about his relationship with Tony, like how they put this together. Um, and you could genuinely see that he really misses his friend. So I thought that was a cool scene. And then we go back into her being awesome again. She basically says, "I'm better than you."
Well, that's the weird thing here. So I don't want to cut you
Yeah,
off.
no, no, you go ahead. You go ahead. Continue
And
from here.
I'm okay with them being like pumping her out as being the best because this is her show. But he's like, so basically my arm wasn't healing, and then your blood mixing with my blood cured me. And I'm like, why? Why would that happen? The director said his arm was irreparable. Like he couldn't fix his arm. Like they made it very clear his arm being damaged is permanent. But then her blood fixed it. All he
She
says,
has a milder version of what he has. Supposedly,
all he said though was her blood is special. We don't know what the difference is. So we just take that with a
it's
grain of
always
salt.
special. It's always special.
See, so up to this point, I didn't dislike what was going on as much as you. Like I was okay with
Okay,
it. Like I
fair
accepted
enough.
what
Fair
was
enough.
happening, and then they said that, and I'm like, why? Why is your blood better than his?
No
I'm like, okay.
explanation.
I was like, okay, whatever, whatever.
And then he goes and burns it all right in the laser
Yeah,
canister thing. Burns
because
it
it's too
also.
dangerous.
Ah,
Even though he
yeah.
bleeds all over Manhattan all the time. So, anyways, so we get to that, and
Johnny Johnny goes. She Hulk has the cure all.
apparently
I guess
we're
so. It's
gonna
a power.
we're gonna find out in episode 8 that she's part mutant or part inhuman or something.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
it's gonna be
She
something.
was always had this all along.
Yeah,
So okay, so we get to the part where now
they're training.
the training. First of all, he gets the big, thick binder out, and she just doesn't want. Like I don't know what if it was just me or not, but I just found her such an annoying, sarcastic person. I just found her like not being respectful because this is her cousin, by the way, not some stranger. His family,
Yeah,
and he's gone through a lot. The least you could do is shut up and listen to what he has to say and not ridicule him right away. Like, hey, what do you call it? People gave me the name Smart Hog, and then she starts making fun of it. Like he didn't give the name; people gave it to him. Now, fair, he doesn't have to call himself Smart Hog. He can just call himself Bruce. And she just like every time he's trying to help her and explain her about all this stuff, she's more worried about being a lawyer,
yeah,
and she's not sympathetic to what he went through and not realizing the gravity of the situation. You your life has going to change now because your cousin went through that. Your cousin was a scientist, and now he's a Hulk. He had to adapt, and it took him a lot longer. Of course, you're going to be a lot better off because he's going to help you, and yet she doesn't want that help. I just found that weird. Like if I went through something traumatic and I already knew somebody that went through it all, and they're willing to take me under their wing and teach me and get me through it all, I'm not going to be so rude and disrespectful like she was. I don't know if you got that vibe at all.
it was. So me and Brad always talk about this. Like I'm reading in between the lines, and he says, "Yeah, but do you think they were smart enough to make it that reason?" And deep down, I know they're not. It's just me filling in the gaps. There's a lot of unresolved. Like she got mutated because of him. If he's that potent and dangerous, should you be around people if that's all it's?
But
So
okay,
at the same time, like I'm not listening to you because you did this to me. But then at the same time, the flip side is you're probably traumatized and you want to go home, but you weren't really acting traumatized. But then in my mind, I'm like, people act irrational when they are. But this again is me filling in blanks
mhm.
here. Like this is me adding lore and character development on their behalf.
But you shouldn't have to do that. The writer should be doing that.
Yeah. So that was I don't think they intended to do that. Like I think she just wants to go home. And that was just it at face value.
You're so nice. You're such a nice guy. You don't want to admit it.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that was me. My mental gymnastics made
Yeah,
it appear that way. But Marvel is like, she angry. She wants to go home. But you turn into a big, strong monster. You do realize that, right? It's like, I want to go home. So my brain fills in the gaps.
yeah,
And then Brad always asks me, do you think the MCU intended to do that? Or are you just doing that for them? And then it's probably me doing that for them,
yeah.
right? So,
9 times out of 10, it's just you. That's what I'm saying. You're a nice guy. You want to always see the better part, which is fine.
yeah.
I'm not like that. Uh, I always look between the lines and look at all the mistakes they're making and saying, "This is what I'm paying my money for every month." All right, so we get to this part where they're training. What do you think that whole training sequence and spandex and all that nonsense? Now they did mention this is supposed to be a comedy, but I thought none of the jokes landed.
Oh, you don't like any of them?
I just thought they were flat. They were not funny. They were just whatever. It wasn't a funny episode to me. Like the only thing funny about it was the way they built this whole thing out. That's the only thing that made me laugh is how terrible the writing was. And yeah, I mean, what do you think of this whole training sequence?
So
Does the Hulk really train like this?
that's the thing, though. It's Banner in his body. So I can't even be that bothered by it because he's a corny dude. Like, yeah, he's pretty corny. So I believe he would train like that. But at the same time, they did this thing where it was man versus woman. This whole scene was male versus female. And I get it because this is supposed to fit that demographic. And then I'm like, oh, am I bothered because I'm like a misogynist? And then I thought to myself, when I watched Last Man Standing with what's his name, Tim Allen, every time he ranted about women, I was like, you're really annoying, dude. So when she's doing it to the Hulk, it's not because I'm a misogynist. It's just like, you're just being annoying right now. Like, you don't have to declare yourself better because you're a girl. You don't have to, like, the bottom right, she's imitating a guy. And she's like, oh, men. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
because she made fun of him for throwing the rock so far away.
yeah.
But then she goes and does this exact same thing to him. Right? Like she goes and
And
makes
then
fun
and
of
then
him.
he tries to one up her again. So it's just a male versus woman thing. And I'm like, you're stoking the fire here. Like, you're trying to cause controversy. And
Maybe we could chalk it up to not sibling rivalry, but we could call it like
yeah,
family rivalry. I've seen family members do that to each other, so I get that part. I'm willing to let that part slide.
yeah.
Uh, when did Banner wear spandex?
After he realized his pants kept ripping.
Don't wouldn't spandex rip too? At a
Not in the
certain
comics. Not in
no,
the
not in the
comics.
comics. No,
It's
okay.
just it's just an
Space
they didn't
spandex.
they didn't invent unstable molecules in this universe yet. So spandex is just the way to go.
Okay, cool. Um, what do you think about the CGI so far?
On and off. Some
There are some weird moments
There's some weird
and
moments.
movements and stuff. You're just like, whoa, what's that? Like,
Yeah.
it's just not organic. It obviously is rushed. They did mention that, which I find like if it's rushed, why even push it out? Like, why not delay it a month and make sure it's done properly, right?
Did it take you out of the scenes? After a while, I just stopped noticing it.
Well, I had to just watch it because I was like, you know what, it's gonna be like this throughout the whole show. Get used to it and just get through it, right?
Okay.
So I was the fact that they mentioned it before the show started, I guess reduced my irritation of it
Hmm.
because I knew what I was expecting. Then obviously you see some of the trailers, you see, oh, okay, yeah, that doesn't look good, so you're kind of immune to it now going into it. But if I wasn't shown anything and this is my first time watching it, I would be like, whoa, what happened here, right?
Yeah. Like, none of this bothered me at all. I just felt like episode one, and I don't expect much from many episode ones. I don't know if that's a bad sign or just me being cynical. But
So what about the big scene that a lot of people have been putting on TikTok? I don't know. Do you know the scene I'm talking about? A
no,
lot
which
of
one?
people that it's a scene where they're sitting down and she's saying, "So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you do." Do you remember that? She's like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and a lot of people had a problem with it because it's been on the internet everywhere. how she's saying that she obviously can handle all of this better than him because she's a female.
It didn't bother me. She may not necessarily be right because like this is a Hulk thing. Like there's handling your anger and then there's handling gamma powered anger. But at the same time, I know women who have dealt with these situations that she describes, so I can't be like, shut up. Like this happens every day. This is a real thing and people don't address it. The same way in my case, people are like, I don't want to make this political, but like, oh, racism's not that prevalent. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure like stuff has been said to me and I've had to shrug it off just because of where I was. Like just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But at the same time, so I'm okay with her saying that. It's just how did you master being a Hulk? And why do you have special blood? Like why are you just automatically better? In my mind, the reason She-Hulk is different is because she doesn't have the like the different personalities within her. Banner
Mm-hmm.
has repressed emotions. He has
Yeah.
trauma. He was abused. So he has all these personas trying to get dominance, and each version of the Hulk is like that. She doesn't have that issue. She's just her. The only thing she does is she likes being Hulk, so she stays that way indefinitely any chance she gets. So there wasn't a I'm better than you or I'm more special than you. It's just I am different. That's all there is to it. They didn't need to make it all.
Well, the issue that I had was the part where she says, "I'm infinitely better than you." She was directing that to him, saying that I can do a better job of handling all this stuff. And I just thought it was such a slap in the face of Banner because, like you just mentioned, like he's had a troubled upbringing. He's had, in the MCU alone,
Yeah.
he's had two, you know, girlfriends die, right?
I don't even know if like the MCU realizes like what they're sitting on here. So
But I mean,
e-
I understand that part. The
yeah,
MCU might not able to project that properly to us,
yeah,
but just as fans of Hulk,
yeah.
there's a ton of people that are Hulk fans. Just the fact that they are hearing this, it upset a lot of them. A lot of fan people were like, Hulk fans were like, "This is unacceptable. Like, why would you write that directly to him?" Right?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel for them. Like, you know what? You're right. I get it. It is stupid and it's just a TV show, but I get it. You're a fan of a character, and to have I'm going to call it idiot writers write terrible scripts like this and make a line like that where you're insulting the character directly. I get it. The other parts I had no issues with, where she said that she has been used to this because she's been catcalled in the streets and all
Yeah.
that. That is what a lot of women have gone through,
What
and
I
I
did
respect
like,
that part totally.
the takeaway I like from that though is when they like he kind of clues in. He's like, wait, you don't have another person in you. Like he realizes there's something wrong with him. Because like when you transform, the other guy comes out. It's like, no, I'm just me.
Yeah,
So even during the line that she said, where I'm better than you, was in my mind was overshadowed by the next line from him. He's like, oh, you don't have another persona. So that's what I noticed as like a
yeah.
Hulk fan. I'm like,
But I
oh,
mean,
you're
can
probably
can can you make it like? Can he make an assumption right off the bat? She's only been a She-Hulk for a day.
yeah.
What if this to come out down the road? Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a smart guy. Should he
I
be
mean,
saying
at
that
the
right off
end
the bat?
at the end of the day, she's a dangerous walking A bomb. Like despite how
Yeah,
much control she thinks she has, one bad day or one accidental trip, she levels Manhattan.
and
Like
that's
that's
what I think. What he was trying to tell her, like, hey, you don't realize what you have in you.
yeah.
What do you think about the part where the Hulks, the two of them are basically coming to grips and they're saying, okay, I guess you can go back to being a lawyer and that whole, like,
Like the fight, the tussle
yeah,
beforehand.
the tussle. Just, the Hulk is just an insane beast, right? And I don't know. I just, she can go toe to toe with him, I think, but let's be honest here. Like, this guy is insane. Maybe he was
Well,
holding back.
well, here you could see like he's basically fighting his younger sibling.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, right?
Like he did one sonic clap and it knocked her like 100 feet back. she tried to do one and couldn't, so she did smaller ones in
I like that, by the
succession.
way. I like
And
the
it was like
smaller.
rapid fire. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not as strong as you to do the one massive one, so I'll do like
yeah.
17 in a row."
Which is smart. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Also, he's in his Nerd Hulk persona. In the Ultimate comics, that made him weaker because he lost his edge. And you see here, like he's trying to take down Cap, and he couldn't even do that. He gets kicked in the nuts. It's like, you idiots! You took away the only edge he had. When you take away his rage, he doesn't ascend to like the next higher strength level.
The MCU has been taking away his rage for the last decade,
Well, I mean,
right?
Nerd Hulk is a thing. Like he exists in the comics, so
No, I'm
I,
like,
I want to see him getting back to his Hulk version though. Like I
exactly.
want that. I want that back.
The
And I'm
Edward
hoping,
Norton Hulk is what I
yeah.
want to see.
I hope we get that back. I hope seeing that ship is just a setup for his next story where he
Yeah,
becomes that
let's
version
hope so.
again. And I don't want to see him as Smart Hulk on like World War. Like I want Hulk back. I don't want Banner Hulk.
But we're gonna get that because it's an actor.
Yeah.
They want to see their image. They want to see their face always. They have to be shown their face. So I don't know
Well,
how they're gonna do it.
as an actor, I want to see. So the thing with World War Hulk is he wasn't like a childlike brute. He was smart enough to still talk in full sentences and stuff. He was just
Yeah.
angry. Like you could tell he wanted to be like left alone. Like, don't talk to me or I'll kill you. Mark Ruffalo could possibly pull that off. All he has to do is be stoic and sometimes angry. But I don't want this like goofy Hulk when it comes to that
Yeah,
storyline.
I'm tired of this nonsense too. Like enough. We've had our fun. It's nice to see the brilliant side that they can coexist, the two of them, and
Yeah.
make nice things. But let's be real here. People want Hulk to smash, and smash a lot.
But based on your other question, I'm forgiving like how weak he seems because either A, he's not trying, or B, it's because his persona is taking away all the aggressiveness that Hulk normally has.
So yeah, she gets in her little Jeep and she rides back to New York. Is it New York? It's New York, right?
Yeah, she goes back to New York.
Yeah. She becomes a lawyer. The whole the breaking the fourth wall like Deadpool does. What do you think of that? She did in the comics, did she not?
Yeah, she does. So I like it.
So that's great.
Yeah.
They brought that part of the comic, but not her origin. Makes sense.
Man, you're so bothered by that.
I am. I'm sorry, I am. Because I thought that was such an awesome, like her origin story. I love. It's simple, but it's so emotionally cool. I thought it was awesome. Like, you got saved by one of your family members. Like that's such a heroic thing to do, and it brings family together. I think it would have made.
Would you have minded it if it was the same blood transfusion, but included the spaceship still? Like same result.
That's what I thought. Like I thought they're gonna get into an accident, however they do it, and he has to save her. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So when I didn't see that, I'm like, well, that's such a kick in the pills. I would have loved to see that. It would have been so cool because it would have compelled me to like her more. Right? Well, she does have 7 more episodes to convince me, but yeah, and then she goes back to being a lawyer. Cool. And then all of a sudden Titania shows up in, I don't know, what is she wearing?
Well, she dresses like an idiot in the comics too, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
So I guess, yeah.
She
looks like a WWE star from the 80s.
Yeah, that's basically her other costume is way weirder, but I'm all for this.
So I guess we'll find out what happens and why she showed up there in the next episode.
Yeah, basically she busts into the courtroom.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Jennifer, do your thing. I was like, I don't want to, which is the flip side of what her comic persona is like. Like she wants to be She-Hulk all the time. This one you have to convince her to be. And she transforms and lays her out. I love that. I love that so much.
But what happened to the table?
They destroyed
she threw the table, and then when she punched her back that way, the table's not there anymore.
It disintegrated. That's how strong she is.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it, sir.
Don't question her.
Okay, I will not. I won't even question you.
The thing I noticed Marvel does is they change like one key aspect of characters. Like Jennifer doesn't want to be the Hulk in the live action, whereas in the comics they had to talk her out of staying Hulk all the time. Same thing with Luke Cage. Like he wouldn't accept people's money but in his original comic is Heroes for Hire, where that's literally what he does. He accepts money for doing
I
that.
know.
So
I
they,
know.
they find that one specific thing, like, we don't like this, remove it.
So episode 2 is dropping on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll do a review on that. Was there anything else you want to add to episode 1 aside from the score, which we'll get to in a second?
No, that's all for me.
Okay. So yeah, we'll do a weekly rundown of the episodes. What do you give it out of 10?
This is tough because I'm gonna upset a lot. I actually like this.
Okay, so what's your score?
I'm gonna give it an 8 because it lured me in to keep watching. If Miss Marvel turned me off immediately, and I couldn't finish I couldn't
I
make it.
told you.
I
I don't
couldn't.
even know why you tried.
I
I
couldn't make it
told
to
you.
episode 2, and I'm
I
not saying that because the show is
I didn't even
bad. I
try.
just wasn't pulled in through episode 1. Episode 1 here, it did its job. It was an origin story.
It was not an origin story. Stop lying.
You saw her origin.
No, I saw a origin, but it wasn't an origin story.
My God, I'm giving it an 8 solely because it kept me engaged, and
Fair
I want to
enough.
see more.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I thought Bruce's story was nice. That he's so loving and caring for his family, and also the nod to Tony was really nice. The bar was pretty cool. I think the scene was nice, but yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. I'm disappointed in the writing, disappointed in how they changed her origin story of how she became She-Hulk, and I'm disappointed in the way they have her acting like she knows everything and she's perfect. Hopefully that changes over the course of the next few episodes where she gets a proper what, and she figures out that she needs to do a lot more learning to be a superhero and embrace being a superhero as well. Not like, I don't want to do it anymore. Sorry,
That's
you don't have a choice. You got to do it now.
that's what will take me out of it. If every episode is her saying, "I don't want to be She-Hulk," and you have to
Yeah,
convince her to transfer, I'm like, well, I appreciate you may took liberties, but the She-Hulk I like is different than what you're giving me. That's
yeah,
okay, but it's not for me. So we'll see what they do.
yeah. And the She-Hulk became an instant success in the '80s, not because we had a whole bunch of girls go by it. It was a lot of guys that went by it. About that, and it became popular because the stories were great. And I hope it becomes that. I really do, because I like the character myself as well. I have both the Marvel Legend figures, and I absolutely enjoy having that character. Who doesn't love a Hulk character?
Did you pre-order that? Actually, yeah, you didn't do it voluntarily. I know he put it on your account when I was talking to him. He's like, I won't say his name. He's like, does he want this? I'm not even gonna ask you. I'm just gonna throw it on there. Like,
Yeah, no, I absolutely love She-Hulk.
do you
I
like the
love,
look of that figure?
yeah, I don't
Okay.
mind it.
Yeah.
I even have the remember the special pack that came out from
Oh, the A Force.
yeah, I have that figure too as well. I love
Yeah.
that figure too. It's not as great as the new ones, but still, it's a
Yeah.
different uniform, right? But yeah, we'll see what happens next episode. We'll do a breakdown on that. Yeah, let's hope for the best for the show. And if I sound very negative, I'm not trying to be negative. Please
78,
don't.
you're scaring 78 points away.
Everyone is just at me on the chat, and I'm sure I'm going to get messages from some of my friends.
The
But
flip
no,
side though is if you score it too high, like, really, you gave it
yeah,
that? Or like,
I know,
there's
I
no
know.
so not you guys in here. It's just I'd be
Believe me, I want these shows to succeed because it's my childhood. I don't want any of these shows not to do well. But yeah, it just didn't really.
I don't know. I kind of like when you don't like stuff, and I like them because we can actually like discuss our different opinions.
I do like stuff. You make it sound like I don't like anything.
I didn't say that. He said that.
Who said that? Nobody said that.
78 points. Look.
I'm going to give him 78 reasons. All right. That's it. Anything else you want to add today?
No, we'll see what happens next week.
As always, we appreciate everybody in the chat. And if you're listening to us on our Spotify or iTunes or various podcast platforms, thank you so much. Make sure to click on the like. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to our channel. Our numbers are going up and we're excited. We really appreciate everybody that tunes in and watches our videos, not just our podcast, but our reviews. We have a gaming channel. Please check that out. It's probably going to be in our About section, I believe, right, D? Is it in our About?
It is.
And then we also have a new anime channel that 2 of our members are going to be starting up. We'll get some information. We'll get that rolling out very soon to you guys. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And wherever you are in the world or the universe, have yourself a good morning, a good day, and a good night.
Bye, guys.
Hulk out. Hulk not happy.